Hey golfers, it's Dave from Fit2 Golf. Today I'm reviewing an update to one of my favorite shafts. This is the NS Pro GH line of shafts. This is the Neo from Nippon. Let's get started. Now if you follow the channel, you know that the NS Pro GH line of shafts is one of my favorites. The different weights and flexes fit a wide range of golfers, especially those of us who aren't swinging at tour speeds. They feel great and their quality is excellent. They also come in a bit cheaper than some of the other premium shafts. Now I wasn't aware that the GH line needed an update, but the engineers at Nippon realized that with changes to modern head design, the shaft might need some tweaking. So as iron heads get heavier, bigger with lower centers of gravity, they tend to launch the ball lower with less spin, especially when you add modern lofts to that. So they were noticing that a lot of golfers who were drawn to the GH series weren't stopping the ball on the green with the modern equipment. So I wanted to put this to the test. So I paired this shaft, the Neo, with a Maltby TS2 iron. Now if you're not familiar with this club head, this is a three-pieced forged club. It's got a hollow cavity behind the face, which is filled with polymer. That's to increase ball speeds, and it has a low center of gravity. So I think just the kind of modern equipment that Nippon designed the Neo for. Now obviously I had to do a comparison to evaluate Nippon's claim that the Neo will increase launch by 1 to 2 degrees, is what they say, and increase spin. I had to compare it to the original. So I have to tell you, full disclosure, this is not a perfect apples to apples comparison. There are no apples in this video. The NS Pro 950 GH that I had on hand for a 7-iron was an R-Flex 94 grams. There's no fruit of any kind in this video. Now that's compared to the Neo shaft that I got, which is an SR Flex, so half a flex firmer and weighing in at 97 grams. It does kind of look like Granny Smith though. So actually I've made this test a little more challenging for the Neo, given that it's a little heavier and a little stiffer. Those things would tend to bring launch and spin down. So let's see how it compares. So first I'm going to put up some swings where I kind of talk about the feel, the subjective stuff, but then we'll come back and we'll get to the data. Alright, so I have to say that just wag on the club, it definitely feels stiffer down here, which of course part of the change in bend profile. I wouldn't say boardy or anything, but not as kind of smooth, at least just swinging it like this, than the original GH series. Let's take a swing. Feels nice. I mean, it doesn't have quite the kick that the original does at the end. That was well struck, and that felt great. Obviously the head has something to do with that too, but that felt like it loaded nicely. Yeah, it feels just kind of a little more stable than the original. Felt good. Let's do one more, and then we'll go in and take a look at the numbers. Yeah, feels nice. Okay, so now you've heard about how it feels. Let's talk about how it compares. So I collected data with my Mevo using this head with both shafts, and I'll start with the Neo first. So swinging at 81 miles an hour, I was getting ball speeds of 107, smash factor 1.32, carrying a 148. Here's where the real numbers come in. The launch was 21 degrees, spinning at 6,100, and peak ball height of almost 90 feet. Now let's take a look at the original 950 GH. Also swinging at 81 miles an hour, I was getting ball speeds of 107, same smash factor 1.32, carrying just a little bit more at 150, launching at 19 degrees, spinning at 5,500 with a peak height of 80 feet. So in summary, let me say that first of all, for me personally, I still prefer the original GH series. It just feels a little smoother to me. The way that I load the club in transition, it seems to fit my swing in terms of how it feels. The Neo felt a little firmer, not in a bad way, but a different feel. But the Neo definitely did add a little bit more launch, added some more height, and added some spin. And that might be desirable for some golfers, depending on what their game is like. So for me personally, I still like the 950 GH, the regular, the whole line, I should say. But I absolutely can recommend the Neo shaft. It does what it says it will do. It still retains a lot of that NS Pro feel, and you should definitely check it out if you're interested in getting this little bit of launch and spin out of your game. So if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, post comments, questions. Happy to answer them. Please get out there, play some golf, check your equipment, and stay positive.